Hi, how are you guys doing today? So I've got a new lesson for you all about election and voting vocabulary. We're in an election season right now, and it's really important to know all this vocabulary that everybody's talking about, like nonpartisan, electoral college, gerrymandering, all different kinds of words about the election and the parties, right? Like, what does independent mean? So just get ready for a lesson all about this vocabulary and take some notes so that you can get better at your English language fluency. Voting and election vocabulary. The first vocabulary word that I want to talk about is ballot. Ballot. What is a ballot? It's a printed form used for voting. So this is the form that we have to fill out when we go to the polling station to vote. This word is campaign. Campaign. This means the time and money spent to get a political candidate elected. So this is a campaign. You can see a picture here of Bernie Sanders. He was on the campaign trail trying to get elected for president. Candidate. Practice your pronunciation. Candidate. This is the person who is running a campaign to be elected for any political office. So Donald Trump was a candidate for president, and then after his campaign was over, he was elected for president. Congress. Congress means the elected politicians who create and change laws. In the United States, the Congress is made up of representatives and senators. Democrat. The Democrats are one of the most popular political parties in the United States. President Obama was a Democratic candidate and a Democratic president before Donald Trump. I'm just going to give you a little bit more information about Democrats. Democrats tend to be more liberal than Republicans. Their big issues are healthcare for all, gun control, and pro-choice for abortions. Now, the Democratic Party has a lot more information that they are interested in, but these are three of their biggest issues. Now let's talk about Republicans. Republicans are the other most popular political party in the United States. Donald Trump is a Republican. Republicans usually are more conservative than Democrats. Their big issues are restrictions on immigration. They want healthcare to be in the open market and private. And they believe in gun rights and gun freedom. And most Republicans are pro-life in their abortion views. Now, these are just some of the platforms of the Republican Party, and be aware that not everybody, of course, believes the same exact thing for each party. But these are most of the views of most of the people in these parties. Another word is elect. Elect means to choose a politician by voting. Electoral College. This is a system of voting for president in the United States. It's based on the population of each state. So we're going to look into this a little bit more deeper now, because it's kind of complicated. Let's look at the Electoral College Map on Wikipedia. So you'll notice here that we can see that each state in the United States has a number on it. So these numbers represent how many Electoral College votes each state gets. So like I said before, the Electoral College is based on the population of each state. So notice how, for example, California has 55 Electoral College votes, but Montana has 3, right? So this is based on population. Even though Montana is a huge state, it has very few people, so it doesn't have very many Electoral College votes. Another really great resource is this TED Ed video. It has a great animated video lesson. I'm not going to play it here, but I really highly recommend watching it. It says, "Does your vote count? The Electoral College Explained." And like I said, it has animation. And this animation here is about Al Gore and Bush, George Bush. Al Gore won the popular vote, but President Bush actually won the election because of the Electoral College system. So that brings us to this question here. Can a candidate win an election without getting all the popular votes? Yes. This happened in 2016. Hillary Clinton won 2.87 million more votes than Donald Trump, but he got more Electoral College votes, so he won. And as I said, this also happened with a previous presidency with Al Gore and George Bush. So Electoral College, it's a little bit complicated to understand. The United States has a different system than other countries. Let's look at the final Electoral College map in 2016 on this website from Business Insider. So in 2016, you can see that Trump got 306 Electoral College votes, whereas Clinton got 232. So all the blue states are the states that she won majority Electoral College, and all of the red states are the states that Trump won for the Electoral College. So it's a complicated system. Let's look what's happening right now in 2020. So this is from a WGBH website. 2020 Electoral College Map ratings. Biden has an edge over Trump with 5 months to go. So as you can see here, we have states that are definitely going to go for Biden, all the dark blue ones. And then we have some states that are definitely going to go for Republican or Trump. And the other states are kind of up in the air. These are the states that are kind of a toss right now. So that means that they might go either way. So it's hard to say who's going to win because of our Electoral College system. Another vocabulary word is nominate. Nominate. This means the action of naming a politician to run for office. Partisan. Partisan. This is when we lean towards, or we're leaning towards or related to one particular party or politician. So when we're partisan, it means that we tend to do more actions in our life that are for one party or another. And when a politician is partisan, this means that they only choose to vote or to make laws based on their own party's ideals. Party. So I've used this word already quite a bit in this lesson. This is a political group that forms to try to be the majority rule in a country. So like I said, Democrats and Republicans are the two largest parties in the United States, but we have a lot of other political parties. They just don't win the primary in the presidential election. Poll. A poll is a survey of political views from voters. So you might hear in the news a lot people talking about the current political polls. So this is when news organizations or different private polling companies take information from voters, and they ask them, who are you likely to vote for? And so the polls can kind of change based on the time of the year or the political situation that's currently happening. Also, the economy has a big effect on polls. Now, don't be confused about polling station, right? A polling station is where we actually go to vote and we put our ballot. So this is the place where we actually go, where citizens vote. Popular vote. Remember I talked about that before with Hillary Clinton and Al Gore? So this is actually the total votes counted per person. So this is different than the Electoral College system. In the United States, the popular vote does not decide who becomes president. So this is different than other countries. Primary. The first election in the process of electing one person to represent each party. This is called primary. So in the United States, we have the primary a few months before the actual election takes place. Propaganda. Propaganda is the idea that one party or politicians tries to spread in order to benefit them during a campaign or election. So right now you might hear about fake news a lot, and this is considered part of the propaganda of one political party. And these are some of the resources that I used to do research for this video.